Taurus, come sit with me for a moment because what I'm about to share with you today is going to open your eyes to something that's been happening behind the scenes. You know that feeling you've been having lately, that sense that someone has been watching you a little too closely, studying your moves, your patterns, your vulnerabilities? Well, the cards are about to reveal exactly what's been going on, and WHO has been involved in this calculated effort to throw you off your game. I shuffled the deck this morning with your energy in mind, asking the universe to show me the truth about the people who have been strategically planning ways to disrupt your peace, your progress, and your power. And let me tell you, what came through is both revealing and empowering. These aren't random acts of negativity directed toward you, Taurus. These are calculated moves by people who took their time to understand your strengths, your triggers, and your blind spots, all so they could figure out the most effective ways to mess with your head and your heart. But here's the beautiful thing about truth, my dear Taurus friends. Once it's revealed, once you see clearly who's been playing games with your life, you get your power back. You get to make informed decisions about who deserves your energy and who needs to be removed from your inner circle. The cards are going to show us not just the tactics that have been used against you, but also the identities and motivations of the people behind these manipulative behaviors. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's dive deep into this reading together. I have a feeling you're going to recognize some patterns in people as we go through these cards. And by the end of this session, you'll have the clarity you need to protect yourself and move forward with wisdom. The first card that jumped out of the deck when I was thinking about your situation is the Two of Cups, and this immediately tells me that at least one of the people involved in studying you and plotting against you is someone you once trusted deeply. This card represents partnership, connection, and emotional bonds, but in this context, it's showing me how someone used the intimacy and trust you shared with them as a weapon against you. Think about this for a moment, Taurus. Someone who knew your heart, who you opened up to about your dreams, your fears, your insecurities, has been using that sacred information to figure out how to hurt you most effectively. This person observed how you respond to different types of stress, they noted what makes you feel vulnerable, and they cataloged your emotional triggers not to love you better, but to manipulate you more efficiently. The Two of Cups in this position shows me that this person was particularly focused on your relationships and your capacity for love. They watched how you give your heart, how you show care, how you express affection, and they've been using this knowledge to create situations that would make you question your worth in relationships or feel confused about people's true intentions towards you. I'm seeing that this person has been creating scenarios where they can make you feel like you're too much, too intense, too giving, or too trusting. They've been subtle about it, making comments that sound like they're trying to help or protect you, but really they're designed to make you second-guess your natural Taurus way of loving deeply and loyally. This is particularly painful because the Two of Cups energy should represent genuine connection and mutual respect, but this person has corrupted that energy and used the foundation of trust you built together as a launching pad for psychological manipulation. They know exactly which buttons to push to make you feel unsure of yourself, and they've been pushing those buttons systematically. What makes this even more calculated is that this person has been presenting themselves as someone who cares about you while simultaneously working to undermine your confidence and emotional stability. They might be someone who offers advice that sounds helpful but actually keeps you stuck, or someone who creates drama in your relationships and then positions themselves as the supportive friend who's there to help you through the chaos they created. The energy around this card is showing me that this person has been particularly focused on disrupting your ability to form healthy partnerships and maintain peace in your existing relationships. They've been sowing seeds of doubt, creating misunderstandings, and manipulating situations to make your love life more complicated than it needs to be. But here's what this person didn't count on, Taurus. Your natural Taurus intuition has been picking up on something being off, even if you couldn't quite put your finger on what it was. The Two of Cups in this reading is not just exposing their manipulation, it's also showing you that your instincts about this person's true nature are correct. And it's time to trust those feelings and protect yourself accordingly. Moving deeper into this reading, the Nine of Swords appears, and this card is making my heart hurt for you because it's showing me the mental anguish and sleepless nights that their calculated attacks have caused you. This card represents anxiety, worry, nightmares, and mental torment, and it's revealing just how effective their strategy has been at getting inside your head and making you question everything. The Nine of Swords is telling me that whoever has been studying you and plotting against you specifically targeted your peace of mind. They identified that as a Taurus. Your mental and emotional stability is crucial to your overall well-being and success, so they made it their mission to disrupt that stability in subtle but persistent ways. I'm seeing that they've been using a slow burn approach to mess with your head. Instead of one big dramatic confrontation, they've been implementing a series of small, seemingly insignificant actions designed to accumulate over time and create a constant state of unease in your mind. They know that Taurus energy thrives on security and predictability, so they've been introducing just enough chaos and uncertainty to keep you feeling off balance. This person or these people have been paying attention to your sleep patterns, your stress responses, and your coping mechanisms, and they've been deliberately triggering situations that they know will keep you up at night worrying. They might have noticed that you tend to replay conversations in your head, so they've been having deliberately confusing or loaded conversations with you that give you plenty to analyze and overthink. The Nine of Swords is also showing me that they've been using your caring nature against you by creating situations where you feel responsible for problems you didn't create. They know that Taurus individuals often carry the weight of other people's emotions and problems, so they've been dumping their issues on you while simultaneously making you feel like you're not doing enough to help or support them. What's particularly cruel about their strategy is that they've been timing their manipulative behaviors to coincide with periods when you're already stressed or vulnerable. They've been watching for moments when you're dealing with work pressure, family issues, health concerns, or financial worries, and then they strike with additional drama or demands that compound your existing stress levels. The mental torment represented by the Nine of Swords isn't just about the immediate impact of their actions. It's about how they've been conditioning you to expect chaos and disappointment. They've been training your nervous system to be in a constant state of alertness, always waiting for the next shoe to drop, always wondering what they're going to do next to disrupt your peace. I'm also seeing that they've been gaslighting you about your perceptions and reactions. When you've tried to address their behavior or express that something feels off, they've been quick to make you feel like you're being too sensitive, too paranoid, or too dramatic. They've been using your natural Taurus desire for harmony against you by making you feel like you're the problem for even noticing their manipulation. But the Nine of Swords in this reading is also a card of revelation. All those sleepless nights, all that mental churning, all that anxiety you've been experiencing, it's not because you're weak or overly sensitive. It's because your psyche has been under attack by someone who has been deliberately trying to mess with your head, and your system has been responding appropriately to that threat. The third card in this reading is the Lovers. And this is where things get really interesting because this card is showing me that the manipulation you've been experiencing is specifically targeting your understanding of love, choice, and partnership. This isn't just random meanness or casual dislike, Taurus. Someone has been studying your approach to relationships and love with the specific intention of corrupting your ability to make healthy choices in these areas. The Lover's card represents choices, particularly in matters of the heart, and it's revealing that someone has been working very hard to influence and manipulate the romantic and relationship choices you make. They've been studying how you fall in love, what attracts you to people, what makes you feel secure in relationships, and what causes you to question or doubt your romantic instincts. This person has been positioning themselves or others strategically in your life to create confusion about what real love looks like and feels like. They might have been introducing you to people who seem perfect on the surface but are actually designed to waste your time, hurt your heart, or distract you from genuine opportunities for love and connection. I'm seeing that they've been particularly focused on undermining your relationship with yourself and your own value system. The Lover's card is not just about romantic love, It's about the alignment between your actions and your values. And this person has been working to create situations where you feel forced to compromise your standards or act in ways that don't align with your true nature. They've been studying your patterns in relationships, noting what makes you feel insecure, what triggers your jealousy, what causes you to become possessive or controlling. And then they've been creating scenarios designed to bring out these less attractive aspects of your personality. Their goal has been to make you feel like you're difficult to love or that you're somehow fundamentally flawed in your approach to relationships. The manipulation around the lover's energy has been particularly sophisticated because they've been using your deep capacity for love and loyalty as the very weapon to hurt you. They know that when you love someone, you love them completely, and you're willing to overlook red flags and make excuses for behavior that you wouldn't tolerate from anyone else. So they've been either positioning themselves or orchestrating situations where people you care about are placed in compromising positions or made to choose between you and something else. They've been creating false dilemmas and artificial competitions for affection, time, and attention, all designed to make you feel like you have to fight for love or prove your worth in ways that drain your energy and dignity. What's particularly insidious is that they've been studying not just your romantic relationships, but also your friendships, family dynamics, and professional relationships. They've been looking for ways to create discord and confusion in all areas of your relational life because they understand that your connections with others are a source of strength and stability for you. The Lover's card is also showing me that they've been interfering with your ability to make clear, confident choices about who you want in your life and how you want to be treated. They've been muddying the waters, creating confusion and doubt about people's true intentions, and making you second-guess your natural ability to discern who's good for you and who isn't. But here's the empowering aspect of the Lovers appearing in this reading. This card is ultimately about authentic choice and genuine love, and its presence here is telling you that despite all their manipulation and interference, your capacity for real love and healthy relationships remains intact. Their efforts to corrupt your understanding of love have not succeeded in fundamentally changing who you are or destroying your ability to recognize and create genuine connections. The fourth card that came through is Justice, and this is where the reading takes a powerful turn toward vindication and accountability. Justice represents karma, consequences, truth being revealed, and people getting exactly what they deserve for their actions. The appearance of this card in your reading is the universe's way of telling you that all the scheming, plotting, and calculated manipulation that's been directed toward you will not go unanswered. Justice is showing me that the person or people who have been studying you and figuring out how to mess with your life have been building up quite a karmic debt, and the time for payment is approaching rapidly. This card represents the natural law that what you put out into the world comes back to you multiplied, and these individuals are about to discover that universal principle in a very personal and undeniable way. I'm seeing that their manipulation tactics are about to backfire on them spectacularly. All the time and energy they've invested in trying to disrupt your life, damage your relationships, and destroy your peace of mind is going to boomerang back to them in ways they never saw coming. The very strategies they used against you are going to become the instruments of their own downfall. Justice is also revealing that their true nature and intentions are about to be exposed to people who matter. The mask they've been wearing, the persona they've been maintaining while secretly plotting against you, is about to slip in a very public and embarrassing way. People are going to see them for who they really are, and the reputation they've been so carefully cultivating is going to crumble. What's particularly beautiful about Justice appearing in this reading is that it's showing you don't need to seek revenge or take any action against these people. The universe has been watching everything that's been done to you, every sleepless night they've caused you, every moment of doubt they've planted in your mind, every relationship they've tried to sabotage, and cosmic justice is preparing to balance the scales. The Justice card is also showing me that evidence of their manipulation is going to come to light. Things they thought they did in secret, conversations they thought were private, schemes they thought no one would ever discover are all going to be revealed. People are going to understand not just what they did to you, but how calculated and deliberate their actions were. I'm seeing that some of the people they tried to turn against you are going to realize they were being manipulated and used as pawns in someone else's game. These individuals are going to feel foolish and angry about being deceived, and they're going to become allies in ensuring that justice is served. Justice is also indicating that this person's pattern of behavior extends beyond just you. You're not their only target, and their manipulative tendencies are going to be exposed across multiple relationships and situations. Other people they've hurt or manipulated are going to come forward, and a clear pattern of behavior is going to emerge that will be impossible to deny or excuse. The most powerful aspect of justice in this reading is that it's not just about punishment or consequences for them, it's about restoration and vindication for you. Your reputation, your peace of mind, your relationships, and your sense of self are all going to be restored and strengthened through this process of truth being revealed. The fifth card in this reading is the Knight of Wands, and this fiery energy is showing me something very specific about at least one of the people involved in studying you and plotting against you. This person is impulsive, aggressive, quick to anger, and driven by ego and the need to dominate or control others. This isn't someone who's been plotting against you for deep, complex reasons. This is someone whose motivation is much simpler and more primitive. They can't stand to see you succeeding or being happy. The Knight of Wands represents someone who acts first and thinks later, and this card is revealing that despite all their apparent strategic planning, this person's actions against you are ultimately driven by jealousy, envy, and their inability to handle your natural Taurus strength and stability. They've been studying you not out of some master manipulation plan, but because they're obsessed with finding ways to knock you down to their level. This person has a very fiery, aggressive energy, and they probably come across as confident, charismatic, and action-oriented to most people. They might be someone who's used to getting their way, being the center of attention, or having others follow their lead. Your quiet Taurus strength and your ability to build stable, lasting success threatens their need to be the most important or most successful person in any situation. I'm seeing that this Knight of Wands person has been particularly frustrated by your ability to stay calm and centered in situations where they're trying to create chaos and drama. They keep waiting for you to explode, to lose your temper, to act impulsively or make decisions based on emotion, but your Taurus nature keeps you grounded and thoughtful, which drives them absolutely crazy. What's been happening is that they've been escalating their attacks on you because they can't get the reaction they want. Each time they try to provoke you and you respond with grace, patience, or wisdom instead of anger and chaos, they get more frustrated and more desperate to find something that will finally make you crack. The Knight of Wands is showing me that this person has been particularly focused on trying to damage your professional reputation or financial stability. They know that, as a Taurus, your security and success are tied to your ability to build and maintain stable structures in your life, so they've been trying to attack those foundations. This might be someone who's been spreading rumors about your work performance, trying to undermine your professional relationships, attempting to sabotage projects you're working on, or creating situations that make it harder for you to focus on your goals and responsibilities. They've been hoping that by creating enough professional chaos, they can force you into a reactive state where you make poor decisions or act in ways that damage your own reputation. But what the Knight of Wands person didn't realize is that their impulsive, aggressive approach to trying to destroy you has been leaving a very clear trail of evidence. Unlike you, they don't think through the long-term consequences of their actions, and they've been getting sloppy in their attempts to mess with your life. I'm also seeing that this person has been trying to compete with you in areas where competition isn't necessary or appropriate. They've been turning friendly situations into contests, professional collaborations into battles, and social gatherings into opportunities to show off or put you down. They can't just let you exist and succeed peacefully. They need to constantly prove that they're better, smarter, more successful, or more important than you. The Knight of Wands energy is also showing me that this person has been trying to rush you into making decisions or taking actions that aren't in your best interest. They know that your Taurus nature prefers to take time to think things through, so they've been creating artificial urgency and pressure around choices you need to make, hoping to force you into impulsive decisions that you'll regret later. As we move deeper into this reading, the sixth card is the Devil, and this is a heavy card that's revealing some very dark truths about the motivations and methods of the people who have been working against you. The Devil represents manipulation, control, obsession, and the shadow side of human nature, and its appearance here is confirming that what you've been experiencing goes beyond simple jealousy or competition into something much more sinister and disturbing. The Devil is showing me that at least one person involved in studying you and figuring out how to mess with your life has some serious psychological issues around control and domination. This isn't just someone who dislikes you or feels competitive with you. This is someone who has developed an unhealthy obsession with having power over you and controlling your choices, reactions, and life circumstances. This person has been studying you with the same intensity that a predator studies its prey. They've been cataloging your strengths and vulnerabilities not just to hurt you, but to feed their own need to feel superior and in control. Your success, happiness, and stability represent a threat to their self-image and their need to feel like the most important or powerful person in their environment. The Devil card is revealing that this person has been using addictive patterns of behavior in their campaign against you. Just like someone addicted to substances or destructive behaviors, they can't stop themselves from continuing to plot, scheme, and manipulate even when their actions are clearly not producing the results they want and are starting to create problems for them. What's particularly disturbing about the Devil energy in this reading is that it's showing me this person has been trying to corrupt not just your external circumstances, but your internal sense of self and your connection to your own personal power. They've been working to make you doubt your intuition, question your worth, and feel dependent on external validation rather than trusting your own inner wisdom. I'm seeing that they've been using psychological manipulation techniques that are designed to create trauma bonds and dependency. They create problems in your life and then position themselves as the solution or the source of comfort. They manufacture crises and then swoop in to rescue you, all while being the very person who created the crisis in the first place. The Devil is also showing me that this person has been trying to isolate you from your support systems and sources of strength. They've been working to create distance between you and people who love you, believe in you, and see your true worth. They know that as long as you have strong, healthy relationships, their manipulation tactics won't be as effective. This card is revealing that they've been particularly focused on attacking your spiritual and emotional practices that help you stay centered and connected to your own power. If you meditate, they try to disrupt your peace. If you have routines that help you feel grounded, they create chaos that makes it harder to maintain those routines. If you have beliefs or practices that strengthen your sense of self, they mock or undermine those beliefs. The most chilling aspect of the Devil in this reading is that it's showing me this person has been getting a sick satisfaction from watching you struggle and suffer. Your pain has been feeding something dark in their psyche, and they've been deliberately creating more opportunities to cause you distress because they enjoy the feeling of having that level of impact on another person's life. But here's the crucial message of the Devil card in this context. The chains that bind the figures in this card are loose enough that they could free themselves if they chose to. The Devil represents the illusion of powerlessness, and its appearance in your reading is telling you that despite all their manipulation and control tactics, you have more power than you realize to free yourself from their influence. The seventh card that appears is the Hanged Man, and this card is bringing a completely different energy to the reading. After all the intensity and darkness of the previous cards, the Hanged Man represents a period of pause, reflection, and seeing things from a completely new perspective. This card is telling you that all the confusion, chaos, and manipulation you've been experiencing has actually been serving a higher purpose in your spiritual and personal development. The Hanged Man is showing me that while these people have been studying you and trying to figure out how to mess with your life, you've been unconsciously using this experience to develop deeper wisdom, stronger boundaries, and more refined intuition about people's true motivations. Every attack, every manipulation, every attempt to throw you off balance has been teaching you something valuable about human nature and your own resilience. This card represents a voluntary sacrifice and a willingness to see things from a different angle, and it's revealing that your Taurus soul has been growing and evolving through this difficult experience in ways that you might not fully appreciate yet. The attacks against you have been forcing you to develop new skills, discover hidden strengths, and cultivate a deeper connection to your own inner wisdom. I'm seeing that the Hanged Man energy has been protecting you throughout this ordeal, even when you didn't realize it. Your natural Taurus tendency to be patient, to think before acting, to wait and observe before making major decisions has been preventing you from falling into the traps that were being set for you. While your enemies have been rushing around trying to manipulate and control circumstances, you've been hanging back, watching, learning, and developing a much clearer understanding of who can be trusted and who cannot. Your apparent passivity or slowness to react hasn't been a weakness. It's been a strategic advantage that has kept you from making impulsive decisions that would have given them more ammunition to use against you. The Hanged Man is also showing me that you've been developing a much deeper understanding of your own value and worth during this period. All the attempts to make you doubt yourself, question your abilities, and feel insecure about your place in the world have had the opposite effect. They've forced you to really examine who you are, what you stand for, and what you're capable of. And that examination has revealed reserves of strength and wisdom that you didn't know you possessed. This card is indicating that you're approaching a major shift in perspective about this entire situation. Instead of feeling victimized or confused by what's been happening, you're going to start seeing it as a masterclass in human psychology and manipulation. You're going to understand that this experience has made you wiser, stronger, and more discerning in ways that will benefit you for the rest of your life. The Hanged Man is also revealing that your period of feeling suspended, uncertain, and unable to take action is coming to an end. You've been gathering information, building your understanding, and developing your strategy during this time of apparent inaction. Soon, you're going to be ready to make moves based on all the wisdom and insight you've gained from observing these people and their tactics. What's beautiful about the Hanged Man in this reading is that it's showing you that you've been playing a much longer, more sophisticated game than your opponents realized. While they've been focused on short-term manipulation and immediate gratification from causing you distress, you've been building something much more substantial and lasting. True wisdom about human nature and unshakable confidence in your own worth and abilities. The 8th card in this revealing spread is Death. And before you feel any fear about this card, let me tell you that Death in Tarot is one of the most positive transformation cards we can receive. In the context of this reading about people studying you and plotting against you, Death represents the complete end of their ability to manipulate and control your life, and the beginning of a totally new chapter where you operate from a place of power, wisdom, and clear sight. Death is showing me that everything these people have been trying to accomplish is about to die a permanent death. Their schemes, their manipulation tactics, their hold over your emotions and decisions, their ability to create chaos in your life, all of it is coming to an absolute end. This isn't a temporary reprieve or a brief break from their nonsense. This is a complete transformation that will make it impossible for them to ever have this kind of negative impact on your life again. The Death card is revealing that you're about to undergo a profound metamorphosis in how you understand people, relationships, and your own personal power. The innocent, trusting version of yourself that was vulnerable to their manipulation is dying, and in its place, a much wiser, more discerning, and more powerful version of you is being born. I'm seeing that this transformation is going to affect every area of your life. Your approach to friendships, romantic relationships, professional connections, and family dynamics is all going to shift dramatically as you integrate the lessons you've learned from this experience. You're going to develop new standards for how you allow people to treat you, new boundaries around your time and energy, and new criteria for determining who deserves access to your inner world. The Death card is also showing me that the old patterns and dynamics that allowed these people to target you in the first place are dissolving completely. Whatever it was about your energy, your responses, or your lifestyle that made you an attractive target for manipulation is transforming into something that will naturally repel people with negative intentions. This is particularly powerful for you as a Taurus because your sign is naturally resistant to change. But when transformation is necessary for your growth and protection, you have the strength and determination to make changes that are both profound and permanent. The Death card is telling you that this isn't going to be a surface level adjustment or a temporary modification of your behavior. This is going to be a fundamental reorganization of how you move through the world. I'm also seeing that the Death transformation is going to affect how other people perceive and interact with you. There's going to be something in your energy, your presence, and your way of communicating that signals to potential manipulators that you're not an easy target anymore. People with negative intentions are going to instinctively avoid you because they'll sense that you can see through their games and won't tolerate their nonsense. The Death card is showing me that this transformation is also going to involve letting go of any remaining illusions you might have had about certain people in your life. People you thought were friends, mentors, or supporters who were actually involved in studying you and plotting against you are going to be revealed for who they really are, and you're going to release them from your life without guilt, regret, or second guessing. What's particularly empowering about Death in this context is that it's showing you that this ending and transformation is happening on your terms and according to your timeline. You're not being forced to change by external circumstances. You're choosing to evolve because you recognize that growth is necessary for your continued happiness and success. The Death card is also indicating that this transformation is going to open up space in your life for much better opportunities, relationships, and experiences. As you release the old patterns, people, and situations that were draining your energy and creating chaos, you're going to attract new circumstances that are much more aligned with your true worth and potential. Our 9th card brings us Temperance, and this beautiful card is showing me the incredible balance and harmony that's going to emerge in your life once you've fully processed and integrated all the lessons from this difficult experience. Temperance represents moderation, patience, healing, and the perfect blending of opposing forces. And its appearance here is telling you that all the chaos and disruption you've endured is going to ultimately lead to a much more balanced and peaceful way of living. Temperance is showing me that you're going to develop an almost supernatural ability to remain calm and centered in situations that would have previously thrown you off balance. The manipulation tactics that these people used against you taught you how to recognize when someone is trying to push your buttons or trigger emotional reactions, and now you'll be able to maintain your composure and respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. This card is revealing that you're going to become a master of energy management. You'll know exactly how much of yourself to invest in different relationships and situations, and you'll have clear internal signals that tell you when someone or something is trying to drain more energy than they're giving back. The people who have been studying you and trying to mess with your life actually taught you invaluable lessons about protecting and preserving your vital energy. I'm seeing that Temperance is going to manifest in your life as an incredible ability to find the middle path in difficult situations. Where you might have previously gotten pulled into drama, arguments, or emotional chaos, you're going to be able to maintain a peaceful, balanced perspective that allows you to make decisions from a place of wisdom rather than fear or anger. The Temperance card is also showing me that you're going to develop healing abilities that will help not just yourself, but other people who have experienced similar manipulation and psychological attacks. Your experience of being studied and targeted by manipulative people is going to give you unique insights into how these dynamics work, and you'll be able to help others recognize and protect themselves from similar situations. What's particularly beautiful about Temperance in this reading is that it's showing you that all the emotional volatility, mental anxiety, and spiritual confusion that was created by these people's manipulation is going to settle into a deep, unshakable peace. You're going to develop an inner stability that's so strong that external circumstances and other people's behavior won't be able to disturb your equilibrium. Temperance is indicating that you're going to find the perfect balance between being open-hearted and being discerning, between being trusting and being protective, between being generous and being boundaried. This isn't about becoming hard or closed off. It's about becoming wise and selective about who and what you allow into your inner world. I'm also seeing that this card represents a period of emotional and spiritual healing that's going to repair any damage that was done to your sense of self, your ability to trust, and your faith in the goodness of people. The healing isn't just going to restore you to where you were before this experience. It's going to make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you've ever been. Temperance is also showing me that you're going to develop an almost magical ability to transform negative situations into positive outcomes. The skills you learned from dealing with manipulation and psychological warfare are going to serve you well in all areas of your life, helping you navigate challenges with grace and turn obstacles into opportunities. The final card in this powerful reading is the Page of Pentacles, and this card is bringing such hopeful and promising energy to conclude our session. The Page of Pentacles represents new beginnings, fresh opportunities, learning, and the manifestation of practical results from all the wisdom and experience you've gained. This card is telling you that everything you've endured, all the studying and plotting that was directed against you, has actually prepared you for a period of incredible growth and success. The Page of Pentacles is showing me that you're about to enter a phase where you'll be able to apply all the lessons you learned from dealing with manipulative people to create real, tangible improvements in your life. Your deeper understanding of human nature, your stronger boundaries, your improved intuition, and your enhanced ability to recognize people's true motivations are all going to translate into better career opportunities, healthier relationships, and increased financial stability. This card represents someone who is eager to learn and grow, and it's revealing that despite everything you've been through, your natural Taurus optimism and determination to build a better life remain intact. The people who tried to break your spirit and destroy your faith in yourself and others didn't succeed. Instead, they inadvertently taught you valuable skills that are going to help you create more success and happiness than you've ever experienced before. I'm seeing that the Page of Pentacles energy is going to manifest as new opportunities that are specifically suited to your enhanced wisdom and strengthened character. Jobs, relationships, and situations that require someone who can see through deception, maintain boundaries, and remain steady under pressure are going to appear in your life, and you'll be perfectly prepared to take advantage of them. The Page of Pentacles is also showing me that you're going to become a student of success and prosperity in a whole new way. Your experience of being targeted by people who were jealous of your potential taught you that you have something valuable that others want, and now you're going to become much more intentional about developing and protecting that value. This card is indicating that you're going to start making practical, grounded decisions about your career, finances, and long-term goals based on the wisdom you've gained rather than the fear or confusion that was created by other people's manipulation. You'll know which opportunities are real and which ones are traps, which people can be trusted with your dreams, and which ones need to be kept at arm's length. What's particularly exciting about the Page of Pentacles concluding this reading is that it's showing you that your material and practical circumstances are about to improve significantly as a direct result of the inner work and personal growth you've experienced through this challenging time. The universe is preparing to reward your resilience, wisdom, and integrity with concrete benefits in the physical world. The Page of Pentacles is also revealing that you're going to inspire other people with your story of transformation and empowerment. People are going to look at how you handled being studied and manipulated, how you learned from the experience without becoming bitter or cynical, and how you used the lessons to create a better life. And they're going to want to learn from your example. So there we have it, beautiful Taurus souls. 10 cards that have revealed the truth about the people who took their time studying you and figuring out how to mess with your life. And more importantly, how this experience is ultimately going to serve your highest good and greatest success. The cards have shown us that yes, there have been people watching you closely, cataloging your responses, noting your vulnerabilities, and deliberately creating situations designed to throw you off balance and disrupt your peace. We've seen the Two of Cups revealing someone who used intimacy and trust as weapons, the Nine of Swords showing the mental anguish they created, the Lovers exposing their attempts to corrupt your understanding of healthy relationships, and the Devil confirming the dark psychology behind their actions. But we've also seen Justice promising that karma is on its way, the Knight of Wands showing us the impulsive, ego-driven nature of at least one of your tormentors, the Hanged Man, revealing how you've been gaining wisdom through this difficult period, Death indicating the complete transformation that's liberating you from their influence, Temperance showing the beautiful balance and healing that's emerging, and finally, the Page of Pentacles promising new opportunities and practical success as a result of everything you've learned. What strikes me most powerfully about this reading is how it shows that while these people thought they were studying you to find your weaknesses, they were actually helping you discover your incredible strengths. Every manipulation tactic they used against you taught you something valuable about protecting your energy, setting boundaries, and recognizing people's true intentions. Every attempt to make you doubt yourself only made you more determined to understand your own worth and value. The truth is, Taurus, that people who spend their time studying others with the intention of causing harm are revealing much more about themselves than about their targets. Their obsession with bringing you down shows how threatened they feel by your natural strength, stability, and potential for success. Their need to manipulate and control others comes from their own deep insecurities and feelings of powerlessness. But you, my beautiful Taurus friend, you've taken everything they threw at you and alchemized it into wisdom, strength, and unshakable self-knowledge. You've proven that you cannot be broken, diminished, or controlled by people who operate from fear, jealousy, and the need to dominate others. As we conclude this reading, I want you to remember that recognition is the first step toward liberation. Now that you can see clearly what's been happening, now that you understand the motivations and methods of the people who have been working against you, you have the power to make different choices about how you engage with them and protect yourself going forward. Trust your intuition when it tells you someone is studying you too closely or asking too many probing questions about your personal life, your relationships, your goals, or your vulnerabilities. Trust your instincts when someone seems to be creating unnecessary drama or complications in situations that should be simple and straightforward. Trust your wisdom when you sense that someone is more interested in your reactions than in genuine connection or communication. The cards are telling you that this chapter of being targeted and manipulated is closing, and a new chapter of empowered living is beginning. You now have the knowledge, wisdom, and strength to create a life that's protected from people who would try to use your goodness against you, and filled with people who appreciate and celebrate your authentic Taurus magic. You've learned who you can trust and who you cannot. You've developed the ability to recognize manipulation before it can take root. You've discovered reserves of inner strength that will serve you for the rest of your life. And most importantly, you've proven to yourself and the universe that you are unbreakable, unstoppable, and worthy of all the love, success, and happiness that life has to offer. The people who studied you and tried to mess with your life thought they were playing chess, but you, beautiful Taurus, you were learning to play a completely different game. A game where wisdom wins over manipulation, where authenticity triumphs over deception, and where your natural Taurus strength and determination create the foundation for lasting success and genuine happiness. Keep your head up, trust your journey, and remember that everything you've been through has been preparing you for everything you're moving toward. The best is yet to come, and you're more than ready for it. Let me know in the comments if any of this resonated with your experience, and remember to trust yourself as you navigate the beautiful new chapter that's opening up in your life. You've got this, Taurus, and the universe has got you.